Welcome live into the Mylocalradio student section presented by Jake Major with the Bullock Agency of Wyoming and Bear Lake Memorial Hospital. Anthony Colasuno alongside
Aaron Poling.
Aaron, glad to have you back here in our broadcast studio. And today we have a good show on tap as we have Rudy Macklin with the Lyman Drama Program and Jada Shelton, who's a part of the Lyman FCCLA. Two fun interviews where they get to talk about their passions within both of those subjects.
Yeah, and I'm excited to hear about the first Lyman play that's definitely going on, the one where the whole purpose is things are supposed to go wrong, and you know, I think it's cool that Lyman's doing a play based on my self-memoirs, but you know, it sounds like a ton of fun just to be around. I'm really excited to hear about it. Before we get to the interview, we want to thank some of our sponsors. First, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital. We also want to thank Jake Major with the Bullock Agency. We want to thank T7 Propane and First Bank of Wyoming. Without you guys, seriously, everything that we do, none of that would be possible without our sponsors, so thank you so much to our sponsors.
Yeah, thank you so much to our sponsors, and let's jump into the interview with Rudy.
Here with Rudy Macklin, a part of Lyman Drama. And Rudy, what is the spring play for this year?
So we're actually doing two plays this year. One's the Acts of Life, and the other one is the play that Everything Goes Wrong. I think that's what it's called.
And for those two different plays, what are the plots in those two?
Acts of Life is, the plot is just basically like going through life, I don't know, and Play That Everything Goes Wrong is like a play within a play, so they're actors doing a play in a play. It's hard to explain, but everything goes wrong, and I don't know.
What is your role in both of those plays?
So I'm actually just in Acts of Life, and I play a character named Ava.
And what is Ava's story in that play?
She just goes on a bunch of dates and then becomes old, so that's all I do.
Switching to some get to know you questions, switch it up. Who's your favorite music artist?
Probably Taylor Swift.
Any favorite Taylor Swift song?
Enchanted.
Right on. Next question. If there's any vacation spot in the world you like to visit, what would that spot be?
Bora Bora.
Right on. I like that straightforward answer right there without a second doubt. Last question. What is your favorite class?
Improv theater.
All right. That's all the questions I have. Rudy, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
We'll like to thank Rudy for taking time out of our schedule and talking about both of those productions. We'll talk about the first one here. The Play That Goes Wrong. That sounds super interesting because as you know, I never did theater growing up, but I was in choir, and one of the main things is you always want to perfect your song or whatever, and you not want anything to go wrong. But in theater, you're acting out a play that
Everything goes wrong.
Everything goes wrong.
Yeah. No, I think that's really fun. That's a fun idea. Just, I don't know how like destructive they're going to be. I doubt they're going to like put like a car in the middle of the stage and start banging on it like they're the Nashville Predators before a playoff game. But, you know, just like having people bump into each other, bump into the set. Mm-hmm. I mean, one of the more enjoyable things sometimes about plays and musical, especially if you're watching them over and over and over again, just the little differences between, you know, the first production and the second production. And this one, I have to imagine there's gonna be a lot of differences because, you know, when you think of things going wrong, when I think of something going wrong, it's probably different than when you think something goes wrong. So I think that's a neat little interpretation that is going to be brought to the stage by, it's Lyman High School, correct?
Yes, Lyman High School.
Oh, it's exciting.
And just looking at that, like, I wonder how the play is going to be set up. Like, I bet they're going to have a really good stage and all that stuff, but do they purposely, you know, say there's a scene where you have to walk through a door. Let's say they loosen the hinges on the door and the door pops off all the way.
Yeah.
And, like, then you have to act out that scene of, come on, guys, we got to fix this door now, or something like that. And, of course, the second one is the Acts of Life, which is a kind of a romantical play where you have the main character who Rudy does play and goes on plenty of dates. And she gave a little teaser where her character Ava goes on plenty of dates and just is alone afterwards.
Yeah, I talked about the first play being my self-memoir. I think she may have described my self-memoirs better with the second one. And, she gave a quick little synopsis of going on dates, growing old. And, we can all relate to that as human beings for the most part. I'd say everyone's gone on a date that's either gone well or gone horribly wrong. And, it's just kind of fun to bring that to the stage. And I'm really excited for these kids. I know it's going to be tough trying to learn 2 different productions. And what I'm learning about theater out here is a lot of times your stars in the theater are also your stars on the basketball team, on the wrestling team, cheerleading team, in the band. Like, there's a lot of things that these kids do, and it's super impressive that, one, they're able to learn 1 play, let alone 2. And with all that they have to do and all that's going on, like, it's really impressive to see these kids step out and be able to do this. And I think it's a ton of fun. And, I'm genuinely curious to see how that first production goes. Obviously, the second one's going to be a little more contained, and it's going to be a little bit more storyline driven. And it's an exciting time to be a part of the Lyman Theater program.
It's always an exciting time because when you have these type of productions, the kids put their heart into it. I've been inside the Lyman High School Theater before, their auditorium, and the way it's set up is they have the stage. They got a little bit of a clearance area so they can act out there.
Yeah.
But the crowd is like right there, like kind of on top of you a little bit. So it'll be interesting to see what elements they involve the crowd in with as well.
That's a good point.
And that's going to be fun to see in both plays because you could have one of the leads in, let's say, the Acts of Life just talking to the crowd for a second, like actually making conversation with someone, or in the play that goes wrong.
Yeah, that's the one I want to see.
Yeah.
Is it going to go wrong in the crowd? Are crowd members in, I don't want to say danger, but are they at risk of being a part of the play? Is someone getting a pie in the face? That's what there's so many things that they can do, and I'm kind of maybe overplaying the going wrong part. I'm highly doubting that Lyman High School is going to fill a little tin thing of a little pie tin with
whipped cream.
Shaving cream,
shaving cream.
or whipped cream, and throw it at an audience member's face without their permission. I highly doubt if you're going to go there and no one talks to you, you're not going to catch a pie in the face for sitting in the first row.
Exactly.
But there might be shrapnel damage, like if things go wrong. I should say shrapnel damage. I should just say shrapnel because if a door pops off its hinges and falls down, like a little piece breaks off, I don't think it's going to be dangerous.
No,
I made it sound way more dangerous than what it is, but it's more out of excitement and the unknowing and just using my imagination, which is kind of scary sometimes, but using my imagination to think about what could really be happening in that play because it's such a fascinating idea to me that something that you work so hard for and that you want to be perfect. You want it to be perfect, no mess ups. Lyman's going out there purposely messing it up.
Yeah.
I love that idea.
Well, and also with this play, with the play that goes wrong, there's going to be so much improv in it as well.
That's fun too.
Because you can rehearse your lines, but say something goes wrong, you can totally someone can go, not necessarily off the wire, but they can be like, oh man, now this, and that could not even be a line in the play.
Yeah, it's also exciting to see these kids with some one-liners, That's another part of the theater that really sticks out to me is when someone adds their own little flair to something, their own little one-liner, their own little look, a little glance at the audience before they say something, but it's just it's an interesting idea that I think also not only allows the kids to one, have fun, two, it's going to allow them to showcase their personalities. Yeah. If there might be a kid at Lyman High School who might not be the most talkative, but you get him on the stage and maybe he's quick with one-liners and he's a really funny person, and suddenly now everyone has learned who this person is, and it's just it's such an exciting idea with all of the possibilities of everything that they're going to do on the stage. Absolutely. I just hope that I'm not wrong about this, I just hope I didn't go on like a 5-minute diatribe to be completely wrong, which
I think it's going to be awesome no matter what. So I think it's going to be awesome no matter what for both these productions.
Oh, for sure.
And I don't think you're going to be wrong at all. I think these are going to be really well, and the kids are going to perform it to their best abilities. whatsoever. And maybe
I wouldn't be so gung-ho to hop on the I Won't Be Wrong train, Anthony. You got to remember, I thought Super Troopers was, I thought they were bringing the movie into the play of Mamma Mia. So I wouldn't be so gung-ho on getting on board of me being completely right about this, but this is going off of like what I've heard and what I've read. So hopefully I'm a little bit more right about this one, but
hopefully. Well, we'll take a break here on the My Local Radio student section presented by Jake Major with the Bullock Agency of Wyoming and Bear Lake Memorial Hospital.
Hey there, I'm Jake Major, your local Medicare and insurance benefits advisor for the Bullock Agency of Wyoming. With over 25 years of experience protecting families in rural America, we understand the importance of having affordable insurance coverage. Whether you're searching for extra coverage or looking to understand and switch your Medicare options, I can help you find a range of top-rated insurance companies and tailor-made packages based on your needs. Call me, Jake Major, today at 307-209-4685, and let's discuss your insurance options. We're the Bullock Agency of Wyoming, when benefits matter.
When you have an emergency, choose Bear Lake Memorial Hospital. Open 24/7, the professional emergency room staff is trained for trauma, medical, cardiac, pediatric, orthopedic, and obstetric emergencies. Bear Lake Memorial is a critical access level 3 trauma center, offering immediate access to radiology, lab services, surgery, and internal medicine consults. The ER teams are well-trained professionals who are ready to act. When you have an emergency, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital, the most caring hospital on earth.
Out here, we've always worked remote. Out here, stress usually refers to the pull on a rope. Where a stroll in the city is also a stroll in the great outdoors. Where work is a way of life, and life is good. Out here, the backyards are big, and the deals, they're even bigger. This is southwestern Wyoming, and it's where you can get the biggest deals on a vehicle you want with plenty of hometown hospitality. Heritage Auto, your hometown dealer with the biggest deals.
Welcome back live into the My Local Radio student section, and Anthony Carlson alongside Aaron Poling. And now we'll have an interview with Jada Shelton, who's part of Lyman FCCLA. And FCCLA is a organization where high school students can present major projects they've worked on throughout their high school lives, basically, and can earn major scholarships for that. And we'll go to that interview right now. Here with Jada Shelton. And Jada, what are you a part of here at Lyman High School?
I'm a part of Lyman High School FCCLA.
And what is FCCLA?
FCCLA is a club where you get to present projects to judges and you can qualify for nationals.
And I heard you did qualify for nationals. How big is that?
It's a pretty big deal to qualify for nationals.
And what project are you working on specifically for nationals?
I'm doing chapter community service project portfolio.
And what is in that type of portfolio?
We just include what we did for our project, and me and my partner did a Valentine's Day festival and raised money for the Learning for Littles program.
Right on. And now to some get-to-know-you questions. What is your favorite home-cooked meal?
I really like any type of pasta. So, yeah.
Right on. Next question. What is your favorite class you've taken so far this year?
My favorite class I've taken this year is probably English.
All right. And last question. What is your favorite movie or TV show?
My favorite movie or TV show is Mamma Mia.
What is the plot of that movie?
It's about this girl who has 3 possible fathers, and it's a musical, and she's just trying to figure out who her dad is. So.
Right on. That's all the questions I have, Jada. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
It's like Mamma Mia was meant to haunt me for the rest of my life. You know?
Yeah. Jada's favorite movie is Mamma Mia.
Fitting.
And I totally forgot about that until we're listening to the interview here in the studio. And all of a sudden, you just turn and look at your headset you had popped off for a single second.
Yeah. Snap the head over. Quick attention. Like, okay.
Hey, you mixing up Super Troopers has basically cursed you with Mamma Mia.
I was gonna say, what a gag this has become. Who would have thought after me just not knowing something that it would just keep popping up constantly in my life? I do feel bad for Brett Weston, who was part of that interview, or the interview where I got it wrong. But let's talk about the Valentine's Day Festival.
Yeah.
So that's an interesting idea as well. And learning for littles. If I know what this program is, what I think it is, it's kind of like a big brother, big sister program where you help out some of the younger kids who might need a little more help than some of the other students. And that's something I took place in. That's something that is near and dear to my heart. So that's such an awesome thing. And, my younger brother was a little because he was about 10 years old. My father passed away, and he was part of that program. And just being around that big, and you could see him like grow and kind of rekindle that fire of being a kid and, having fun. And just these programs are so great because you never really know when someone needs that little extra boost, or maybe it's just they just need someone that's older than them to believe in them. I've seen that happen a couple of times too. I was one of the olders in the program, and it's funny. I was home on vacation, I think last year. I bumped into one of those kids, and he told me how much it meant to him that I took 2 days out of my week to go hang out with him, and whether it was helping him do homework or playing in the gym or just learning and helping these kids grow. Not every kid has the world's greatest support system, and this isn't me taking a shot at parents. I don't have kids. I don't know how hard it is to parent. But sometimes the kid just needs that extra little nudge that, someone believes in them, just seeing that someone believes in them. And that could be a turning point in a kid's life. So I love programs like this. And I love the idea of a festival. I'd love to help this too. Because, maybe some kids just need someone to just know that someone cares.
Exactly.
And it's such a great program, and it's such an awesome thing to hear. Congratulations to the people involved. That's such a great thing to hear.
With JS Project, she also qualified for nationals with this presentation as well. Lyman had about, I believe, 10 kids qualify for nationals.
That's awesome.
In Anaheim, California. So they're going to California for nationals. And
not a bad trip.
Right? Not a bad trip whatsoever. A little warm weather, But
and you're out of the city. You're in Anaheim too, so it's not going to be overly crowded. It's still a nice little place.
Disneyland's right by. You got the beach and everything. But looking at her representation for FCCLA, doing that project, but also within FCCLA, you have many different sectors. You got business, you got agriculture, people who want to go in agriculture, and just there's a bunch of different scenarios within this. Some of the questions, for example, with our fundraiser could be, it went all good and correct and you raised money, but at the same point in time, what if it went wrong? What if something PR-wise, public relations happened? And that's what FCCLA is all about, teaching these kids complex situations within owning a business and working through those issues, and issues that normal business owners that didn't participate in this wouldn't know.
Yeah, for sure. And this is another time that we're doing a story about a kid coming up with a fundraiser, raising money for things. And, this has been a trending theme throughout the year. We've had quite a few of these, and it just kind of shows that the kids in our area, they understand about giving back and what the impact is. And, there are some times where kids just give back because they think it's the right thing to do, and they might not understand the impact that they're having. And that's not a knock against them. It's a hard concept to understand as a 15, 16, 17, 18-year-old kid of the impact that you could have on someone's life. I mean, I wouldn't have known at that age, but it seems like these kids have their head on their shoulders really well, and they all know the impact they're making. And I think that's such an incredible trait about the kids in this area.
Absolutely. We'll take another quick break here on the My Local Radio student section, presented by Jake Major with the Bullock Agency of Wyoming and Bear Lake Memorial Hospital.
If you've never heard a mechanic say they truly care, then you've been at the wrong place. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff is a family-owned and operated business open since 1992. Offering all types of maintenance and repair services, you can be sure your vehicle is operating at its best. Whether your vehicle is older or the newest model, gas or diesel, we fix and maintain them all. Also offering chip repair, windshield replacement, and tires. When your vehicle needs a mechanic, bring it to the ones who truly care. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff.
Founded in 1938 with hopes and dreams of serving the Bridger Valley, Benedict Trading Company was started. Now 85 years and 3 generations later, Benedict's Ace is still serving the Bridger Valley. At Benedict's Ace, you'll find all your home improvement needs. If you're wanting to update the color of your walls, they have all the supplies you need. Changing or fixing your faucet or needing to change out a light fixture can be done with ease. Time to add a backyard paradise? Stop in at Benedict's Ace for all your barbecue, patio furniture, lawn maintenance, and gardening needs. Stop in and visit their friendly staff at 1080 North Highway 414 in Mountain View.
At Reese Auto Service in Lyman, you will find highly skilled mechanics who will get the job done right the first time. They work on anything from light line jobs of tire alignments, suspension work, and oil changes to heavy line jobs of engine replacement, differentials, and all powertrain components. Make sure all your recreational vehicles are working at top speed by getting them checked at Reese Auto Service in Lyman so your time having fun doesn't end early. Reese Auto Service, 541 State Highway 413, Lyman.
When it comes to professional propane service, you can always count on the team at T7 Propane in Woodruff. With a focus on safety, quality product, and excellent service for each customer, you'll always call T7 first. When you work with the professionals at T7 Propane, you're working with the best. For all your propane needs, call T7 Propane in Woodruff, Utah, 435-793-4208.
Welcome back to the My Local Radio student section presented by Jake Major with the Bullock Agency of Wyoming and Bear Lake Memorial Hospital. And me and Aaron thought we'll do a fun little segment here with all of the drama productions that are going on.
So in my interviews with all of the rich high school kids that were in Mamma Mia, I always ask them 2 specific questions. What is your favorite play? And then if you could choose one character to play in any movie or role on stage, what character would you choose? So me and Anthony are going to do that because I figured if I'm going to make the high school kids do it, I should probably come up with something too in case they ask, right? Yeah. So I'll go first. For myself, I've been told that I resemble Sid the Sloth from Ice Age. No, I'm just kidding. I've actually, funny story about that in high school. A girl put a side-by-side photo of me in Sid the Sloth. They had like bad cowlicks at the time too. They looked like his eyes bulging out, and she like showed it to me, and I wanted to respond, and I was just like, I've got nothing. You got me. But I've heard Jesse from Fast and the Furious. I don't know if I believe in that one, but I think I'd play a really good redheaded Tanner from Bad News Bears, the little blonde shortstop that runs his mouth the enther time. I think I could do pretty good at that. Obviously, I'm probably a little old for that role right now, but I think that's what I'd be good at. But you're probably a little old for your role that I think you should play too, and I think you should play Stuart Little's older brother George. That, or I'm sure you get this all the time, Ralphie from The Christmas Story. This might have just been a little bit for us to roast each other live on the radio, but
so I was going to mention on my half, it's been Georgie or Ralphie, or Chicken Little. I've been
Chicken Little. Okay. I do love Chicken Little, the movie. That's a great movie.
Yes, I've been compared to that.
Your friends are mean.
They were fun but mean.
That's all right.
For myself, let me think here. I like fast cars, so I love Fast and Furious. Mm-hmm. The problem is I look too nerdy to play.
If you say Vin Diesel, I'm going to leave.
No. I look too nerdy to probably play the part of Paul Walker. But, I got the blonde hair working. Got to curl it up just a little bit.
Yeah, I was going to say, you grow your hair a little bit longer, you'll be fine. Mm-hmm. Put some contacts in.
Yeah, put some contacts in. I have the blue eyes just like Paul Walker.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. That's personally what I think. But I would probably say, like, realistically, probably some, like, computer, like, agent helper in like a James Bond movie.
Yeah, you want to be the hacker.
Hacker
there we go.
That, like, helps him out or something like that.
I respect that. Not picking a main character, too.
Yeah. Exactly.
Being humble.
Yeah. And for you, I would have to say...
Choose your words wisely.
I know. I know.
I'm kidding.
I'm going more with your military background.
Oh, boy.
So I would say
Don't do that. Private Pile from a Full Metal Jacket.
not Private Pile, but some sort of like hero marine that's
I wouldn't go
off
hero
duty and all that. But I would go somewhere with that since your military background. But
I
that is
appreciate that.
our who we think would be in a movie, basically.
Anthony just didn't want to say Private Pile, but it's Private Pile for me.
No, not Private Pile.
It has to be.
No. But that'll wrap it up for this presentation of the My Local Radio student section presented by Jake Major with the Bullock Agency of Wyoming and Bear Lake Memorial Hospital. Make sure to tune in tomorrow for our weekend preview of Home Field Advantage, as we have a lot of primetime soccer games going to happen this week. Anthony Colasuno,
Aaron Poling, and one final character.
Okay.
Homeless man for me.
Homeless.
I got the really long hair. I haven't shaved in a couple of weeks. I grew out my playoff beard for the NHL playoffs, and my team didn't even make it.
Broke your heart.
Well, the Capitals broke my heart, but we can get into that another time if you're curious about it and you want to hear me go on a 10-minute rant. Ask me about it. But
about it.
Go ahead.
All right, but other than that, signing off for this presentation of the My Local Radio student section.